Hello everyone, once again welcome to 3 Ps and Game. And once again I'm your host Toby, and some interesting news this week. It's been a while since I made an upload, but some life-changing news happened to me, so I figured I should, first get that out of the way. So first of all, I just moved to Canada recently. That's the reason for my long absence. I made a commitment to be uploading as frequently as possible. So that caused some delay in a series I've been working on, and hopefully not fully settled yet. By the time I'm settled, I hope to complete that series as quickly as possible, so I can get that information out there. And just in case you are working in the games business in Canada here, specifically Ontario, and you're looking for someone to add to your team, I'm available. Straight to the news. First of all, I think the big one is GTA 6. GTA 6 has been delayed, and it has been delayed to May 26, 2006. I know, right? Many people didn't like that, but it's just what it is. It's sad. I understand that it's sad, but what can you do in this situation? Lots of people were not happy about that, but I know fans will be disappointed. But me, looking at the business perspective, I think for the industry, I think it's a huge letdown. Like for the industry, everyone expected GTA 6 to come out this year. In the last Take-Two earnings, they were confident that it will come out this year, and their last earnings, Strauss Zelnick said, it's confident it's coming out this very soon, and it's not coming out so this year, which is disappointing. It's coming out May 2026, so really surprised by that long of a delay. But I guess there wasn't any release date for this year, so but a lot of people expected it to come out in holiday, fall holiday season, November, December, October, November, December, that period. So as soon as Ghost of Tsushima was launched in October, a lot of people were announced to be launching in October. A lot of people were like, maybe Sony knows something we don't. So PlayStation just announced very quickly. A lot of people were surprised by the quick way the announcement was done. Just some trailers, and some tweets and whatnot, videos on YouTube and PlayStation blog posts and whatnot. They're also quick. People were expecting maybe to be at a state of play, something where you would have prepared the audience ahead and got a lot of eyes on the maybe a state of play, or places on showcase, get a lot of eyes, and then drop Ghost of Yotei is coming out October 2nd. So the quick way people saw the announcement, a lot of people just thought maybe Sony has seen that GTA 6 is not coming out anytime soon, and they need to ensure that they have something for that holiday season announced quickly as possible, so it won't seem that PlayStation is gonna have a barren fall period, especially after probably Rockstar probably told them before GTA 6 is going to be delayed. I'm sure they probably gave them that information, so Sony probably would just did that in a hurry. I don't want to say that, because I'm sure the marketing team, the publishing team, everyone probably have their long roadmap, and they probably have a lot planned when they want to announce the release date and everything. But it just seems so strange to me that it was just announced like a hush hush, like quickly. So it felt rushed compared to how Sony does other things. Like Death Stranding, we got Death Stranding release date, but that was in a state of play. So we got it released in a state of play, so we knew when it was coming out. A lot of eyes on the trailer. A lot of people were watching and got to watch that trailer where the release date got announced. So this was just dropped, no state of play, no pre-announcement, they did a state of play for Borderlands for. So if you can do a state of play for Borderlands, why couldn't you do something for Ghost of Yote and show the release day? So I figured if just trying to check why certain schedules just changed, and even Borderlands 4, the release date for Borderlands 4 changed as well. So just looking at how all the release dates changed, I think it makes sense. Borderlands. Let's look at Borderlands 4 initial release dates. So yeah, initially Borderlands 4's release date was September 12, but it's been brought forward to September 23. Sorry, but it's been moved forward to September 12, and a lot of people were just wondering why certain moves were happening. I think it's clear. I think all those moves were probably because Rockstar realized that they're gonna have to delay GTA 6 this year, and they need to change their release schedule. And I think maybe Borderlands 2 looked at the fact that Ghost of Yote is coming out very soon, after Borderlands 4, and Marathon is coming out very soon as well. Let's try and stay clear of that period. We need Borderlands 4 to be a hit, especially now when this year GTA is not coming out. Borderlands need all the marketing support and everything it can get, and I think that's also why the state of play was held as well. So once again, I think they've made a decision months ago. So Rockstar probably knew the GTA will be delayed months ago. So which begs the question why they would have told investors in the last meeting that they still see 2025 release, but everything points they probably knew this months ago, and they probably updated their release schedule and discussed about updating their release schedule and changed their roadmap a couple of months ago before announcing. Or maybe it was done rush, I don't know, but everything just seemed like Rockstar had seen that there were decisions that need to be made, and they shifted Borderlands release dates. They're probably gonna move other games as well. They're probably gonna shift Mafia's release date, and they're gonna just spice up their roadmap a bit, release roadmap this year, and then they will now have a clear outline of how their release is going to go till GTA comes out next year. They're probably going to start marketing, the marketing cycle, full marketing cycle for GTA, probably in June, or they may start it maybe in December, probably maybe like Game Awards or something, and then they carry it through from then to the release in May. So let's see. I'm looking forward to how they're going to pull off the marketing cycle for GTA 6, and looking forward to see more of the game. So yeah, this is just an overview of the statement, late May 26. Looking forward to that. I think, Sony also did something very strange recently, but probably is too tired. This is old news. I couldn't cover it when it was announced a while back. They're going to be increasing the prices in Europe. The prices in Europe, UK, Australia, New Zealand. They've already increased the prices in Japan last year, so nobody was really expecting them to do that again. So makes sense. They haven't announced the US price increase yet. They have been, over the years, they've tried as much as possible to not increase price in the US, even when they increased it elsewhere. So I know they're probably going to try and keep the price in the US low. It is their biggest market. They want to sell the most consoles there. They're even doing a Astrobot bundle there right now. So, they did say due to the fear of tariffs, they pushed a lot of supplies to US. So they pushed a lot of supplies to US. It means they probably have a lot of stock, and that they brought in at the old prices, and they want to maybe. Though some would say, why don't just increase the price? I just think in their mind they're doing the calculations that if they can sell more consoles at the current price, it will make sense for them in the long run than increasing the price and then having trouble selling out the huge amount of stock they've put in the US in supply chain as well. So that's what I'm just looking at based on overview numbers, but I can't really speak to that beyond that. But sad thing, games are getting more expensive, everything is getting more expensive. Disk drive is getting more expensive, accessories are getting more expensive. Xbox also announced the price increase recently, so they're also increasing their own consoles and whatnot. So this is via Engadget. So Xbox increased their prices as well this year. Very recent. So Xbox announced that they're going to be moving the Series S to 380. Launch at 300, and it's been 300 for a while. In the US, I think across the globe generally. This is something I find, I understand you're increasing the price, I understand that tariffs and global business economy and whatnot, but I don't understand why this is a good idea. It's more expensive than a PS4 5 Pro at the moment. The PS5 Pro offers you at least a significant boost in performance, so you're asking people to pay $30 more, at least $30 more than the current price of the PS5 Pro for less performance. Same memory but less performance. I really understand why they would do that. I think even if you're going to increase the Xbox Series X 1TB version to $600 with the disk drive, I think you should maybe do $650 or $670, at least slightly below $700. Still won't be compared to the PS5 Pro, right? Because PS5 Pro is still the same price. Yes, eventually Sony will increase the prices. They will run out of stock they have, and they will increase the prices, and maybe it will be far more expensive. But right now, it's not a good look. I think Sony just looking at we need to sell units this holiday season, sell as much as we can. Microsoft, Xbox have already declined to very high level already. I think based on their recent quarter, we'll check that rate now. Just about 6% decline in hardware sales. Not much, but it's declining double digit for a couple of months now. Eventually, you get to a point where the decline just has to be slow. It just can't keep declining, so greatly, especially unless the product is completely dead. It's towards the end of its life cycle, selling low numbers, but nothing too drastic. They still release games, still have games, still sell. So probably selling very low units right now, probably continue to sell low units, but they have a lot of games coming out, good release date. Should probably just continue to do single digit decline till they sunset the product or whatnot. But by the way, it's not a good look for me, having that price so close to the PS5 Pro's price currently. I think maybe they could have waited, but I said they probably don't care at this point, just want to make as much on every console they sell. They're not selling so much, so let them as well make as much as they can at this moment. I think that's a good strategy. On holiday, and accessory prices have gone up as well. I suspect that Game Pass prices will probably be announced to begin an increase as well very soon, maybe a couple of months down the line. So that's what will probably happen as well. PlayStation has already announced that PlayStation Plus subscription is increasing in several regions across the world. Here in Canada, it's gotten a price increase already. Got a price increase across Europe and other places. So PS Plus has already increased in prices. US, I said they're probably going to delay US prices for as long as they can to make as much money as they can from their main market there. But eventually, they're probably going to have to increase the prices of all those things, especially after the full tariffs kick in on Trump's side. But it's gonna be some tight economic business for the US in the coming months, which is also going to affect us here in Canada, sadly. And the challenge I have, right now is that Canada is seeing price increasing stuff, and US may not be seeing the same price increases. But eventually, when things increase in US, they still find a way to still increase in Canada, which really annoys me. Even though I've just been here for a short while, I've had a Canadian eShop account for my Nintendo Switch for years now. And the game prices there always annoyed me. I think I had that eShop account since 3DS days, so it's 2014. I think I've had an eShop account in Canada. Alright, still on Xbox. That is a very good quarter this time. I think I'm liking this new Xbox. I'm liking this new Xbox. I'm liking their new, the new company I'm seeing. I think Xbox as a third-party service company is the best Xbox that we'll see, and I think we're gonna really enjoy Xbox going forward. I think this hardware Xbox or whatever Xbox that we've seen in the past has not been the one that really knows how to compete on a global scale in terms of hardware, in terms of everything. So services, I think they can do well, and I think they should just keep doing what they're doing in the services. And I think eventually, I've said this in due time. My worry for them is that cloud strategy is if they're too slow in getting strong adoption with cloud strategy, PlayStation and other people have the opportunity to take a lead and take charge in cloud gaming strategies. I don't know how well they'll pull it off, but I just think there's a threat there that needs to be worried about. Sony knows how to, Sony knows how to take ideas from what competition have done. They don't pioneer too many things when it comes to the service business in games. They don't pioneer too many things. Even in hardware, sometimes they don't pioneer too many things. They pioneer some things, but a lot of things they look at what competition has done well and they make it better, far better that you forget competition even did these things like haptics in the DualSense, the improved haptics and whatnot. The Joy-Cons in Nintendo Switch and the Pro Controller had in quotes the rumble features, HD rumble, and those were poor as far as I'm concerned. I heard it's improved in the Switch 2 controllers, but I haven't tested them yet, so I can't know. Nintendo, you didn't give me a ticket to see the Switch 2 in Toronto. Very sad, but what it is. Next time we'll have opportunity. So yeah, I just worry that Sony has the opportunity to take charge of that cloud gaming business. But yeah, cloud gaming business, saw a record 150 hours played in a quarter. I think that's great. It was 140 million last quarter, so incredible. Once again, PC Game Pass revenue increase 45% year on year and 75% increase in weekly average user in Minecraft after the movie released. I think this also shows the importance of transmedia strategy. I think everyone has seen slight boost in their games whenever TV series or movie comes out, and I think it's video game companies should ensure at least the ones that can afford to, as much as possible, they can chase that transmedia strategy. Nintendo knows what's up, and Nintendo is going that route as well. So yeah, I think it's the way to broaden IP, the way to get games to reach more people, it's the way to take gaming out of the regular fans that have been there for years and expand the audience and get more people to buy console, get more people to get interested in gaming. I think it's just the way to go about it. I think the more you continue to do that, the more people want to play Minecraft or play Last of Us or play those games, and you get more PS5s, you get more PS Portals, you get those things out in the wild, and you get those games. So like Sony has they've done a Days Gone remaster, they've been one of Days Gone TV or whatever. Last of Us Season 2 is on, and of course they released a Last of Us Complete Edition that houses Last of Us Part 1 and Last of Us Part 2 in single, discs, and just trying to ensure there's this SKU, a new SKU on the shelves now for retailers and whatnot, and of course digital stores. It's just a way to ensure that they keep having something for players to buy, and if they can capitalize on new interested players that are watching the TV series, great stuff. I think transmedia is a good way to go about it. Xbox next quarter they're looking to have single digit growth in gaming again. Expecting hardware to decline again, 7-9%. Okay, they're expecting software to decline, and but nothing on hardware. I don't really expect them to have anything on hardware anyway. Hardware's going to decline. It is what it is. Nothing special about it. So yeah, this is install base. For those of you who don't know, I usually post here once in a while, but and of course read through some of the analysis by some very smart people here. And if you're interested in game markets, game industry discussion generally, I think it's a great site to be here. So these are charts by someone just tracking Xbox revenue growth. And they've been performing well over the years, coming from their lows of previous years. And hardware is the only one that seems to be not doing well. I just don't. The problem now is one of the records they announced was PC Game Pass has seen a huge growth in revenue, 45% year on year, but nothing about console Game Pass, and that is just scary because PC Game Pass cannot be the main driver of Game Pass over the years. But I don't really know what their plan is regarding that, but let's see. I'm not gonna go to the full report. Nothing much there. A lot of Microsoft stuff. Microsoft had a good performance in general as well. The AI and other businesses have been doing well, so cloud and everything. So as all these things. So let's not dwell too much on the other Microsoft things. It's a gaming channel. But some other news just to wrap up. EA laid off a couple of staff last week. I think it was this week it was actually announced. And it's just so sad that we get to see more layoffs again. And for someone like me who just got here and is looking to get into the industry, news like this are scary. But I believe the game industry will pick up and land on their feet. A lot of people have been affected by layoffs. People, everybody tries different things as much as possible. Here is one of my favorites. Reporters, Christopher Drink. So many years covering games. I've been listening to him for several years now. I'm reading several articles on GameIndustry.biz, listening to him, Brendan Sinclair, Marie, Lysandre and the likes. I said this before. Listened to them for years, and he started a new outfit called The Game Business recently. Left his previous company, and I think people this is just a way to show that people will pick up, and sometimes layoffs lead to new companies being formed, new ideas, new studios, more studios. People who probably won't have ventured into anything if they were still locked in their previous jobs. So I think it comes and goes. Eventually, I hope the economy stabilizes and people pick up and people can start things and more franchise. I think we need more franchise. We need more studios. We need more unique games. It's something like Claire Obsidian, Claire Expedition. What's the name of this game? So if you have a game like Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, a game that reportedly has been created by 30 developers, a small team, which of course probably wouldn't be possible if not for Unreal Engine 4. I think wouldn't have been possible if not for Unreal Engine 5, and the fact that the game looks gorgeous, the gameplay is gorgeous. Many people are reported to be this game probably will be their Game of the Year winner for the year. I think this just shows that even though it's so sad that many people have lost their jobs, I think a lot of small teams will come out, and a lot of great games will come out of those small teams. I'm looking forward to what people create, and not to shoot my shot there. I'm hoping to be one of those teams in the future. But fantastic stuff. I think it's sad what's going on in the industry, but it's one of those things. Really looking forward to more things this year. I need to really settle down and get to play a couple of things that I missed. A lot of things that I missed this year. I need to play Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is something I really want to play when I settle down as well. A lot of things I want to finish. I was playing Ragnarok and whatnot. But just to wrap it up there, once again, this has been a 3% Games. Hopefully I'm back fully. I'm still trying to work on my long-term series, on what I think makes a game successful. And Clear Expedition just helps me. This just gives me more confidence that I'm near the right track on what I think. When I produce my full series, I probably think people will probably agree. Games like this are where things need to go, and I think truly I'm impressed with what these guys have been able to achieve. And thanks to G-Top Foundry for this awesome footage here. These guys are one of my favorite channels ever. So yeah, want to give this video a watch as well. So thank you very much for listening. If you want more insights and discussion on the video game industry, I'll be posting more videos like this very soon. I want to discuss more on the news, and I have some thoughts about the Switch 2 and Switch 2 launched as well. So thank you very much.